Thank you so much for joining me for experiment 3.3. We did skip 3.2. Feel free to do that on your own. It's actually a really great experiment. You get a chance to make a boat and see what floats and what doesn't and things like that. For this experiment, for 3.3, we're going to go ahead and use a bowl. It's about 3/4 of the way full, so mine is about this tall. I used a white bottom bowl or a white inside bowl so you guys can see what the pepper looks like. We're going to be using some table pepper. We're going to be using some tweezers, a little bit of bar of soap, and the size, it does matter to some degree. This is a piece of gum that I previously chewed up for you, and then a piece of tissue and a glass of water that I'm going to put the tissue in before I ball it up and put it into the water. If you choose to do this on your own, make sure that the tissue does not have lotion on it. That's going to be really important so you can actually get a good outcome, or get a proper outcome, I guess. The lotion will make a difference. So the very first thing that we're going to do, I have already put water in this bowl, and I'm now going to put some pepper in this bowl. Now, I'm actually going to change the camera angle so you can see. So right now we have water in the bowl, and I just put some pepper on it. So now we have to kind of sit and wait just a few seconds until this stops, until it settles a little bit. The very first thing that we're gonna do is go ahead and we're gonna take these tweezers, our very first step. This looks pretty settled. And we're gonna go ahead and just touch the very top of the water with the tweezers. And it didn't do too much to the pepper. So now I'm gonna wipe that off so I can reuse my rusty tweezers again. And we're gonna let this settle, which is already done. Now we're gonna go ahead and take this piece of tissue. I'm gonna put it in the water, and I'm gonna get it wet. And I'm gonna make it into a nice little ball. I don't want it to be too wet. I'm gonna make it into a nice little ball here. And I'm going to grab this wet tissue with the tweezers carefully, and I'm going to put this into the water about half submerged. So I'm gonna put it in about right to here, and I want you to see what just happened. If you look, this is a good time to write this down inside of your science notebook, so you can actually see what's going on with the pepper, and that's only half of that submerged. Now we're gonna wait until this pepper, and just for good measure, so we can kind of cover up that spot, I'm gonna go ahead and just add just a skosh more pepper. Remember that peppers might make you sneeze, so just be prepared for that. The next thing that we're going to do is take our fun piece of chewed up gum. To be quite honest with you, this is weird to me that I'm showing you this piece of gum. It's already been chewed and it's ready to go in. So now we're gonna go ahead and put it in and see what happens. It's not all the way in, it's only about halfway in the water. You can see a slight variation. It's starting to come away from the gum right here, but about maybe a half of an inch or a quarter of an inch, not very much away. Let's be honest, that's gonna go in the garbage super quick. I want it to be approximately the same size. So if you look at this, when this was in the water, it was a little bit smaller. They're approximately the same size. Don't do this with somebody else's gum. If you're gonna do this experiment, make sure that you're the one that chews it. Take the tweezers, go ahead and grab onto the soap as best you can. I'm actually gonna hold it up here. Actually, I'm gonna hold it up here. So I can get about half of this into the water, and let's see what happens. Okay, every single time I'm moving, I don't know if you can see, the diameter of this circle where the pepper has separated is all the way out to almost the edge now. You can see the edge. Right here, see you on Thursday.